students, welcome to Study Biology. I am Himanshu in front of you with my first video on the chapter Cell Biology. I have divided the Cell Biology chapter into 14 different sessions which start from Introduction to Cell and continue till Mitosis and Meiosis. So now we start with our first lecture, Introduction to Cell. So cell has emerged nearly 3.5 billion years ago. So these trees in the forest, fishes in the river, and these reeds in the ponds and worms in the sands. So all these plants and animals are made up of cells. So what we know into that, this cell is the building block of life. It is the smallest denominator of life. It is the structural and functional unit of life. So these word cells come from a Latin word cella, which means small room. So now we are talking about the discovery of the cell. So the scientist name Robert Hooke. In 1665 discovered cell from the dead cell wall of a plant cell, and he named that plant cell and he used a microscope which is 6 inch long and used 2 convex lenses, and he published his discovery in micrography. So after Robert Hooke, scientist named Anton van Leeuwenhoek. In 1674 discovered a living cell. So the difference between the discovery of the Anton van Leeuwenhoek and the Robert Hooke is discovered a living cell, and he probably saw a bacteria in the microscope. So after Anton van Leeuwenhoek and Robert Hooke, eventually Matthew Stilden and Theodor Schwann formulated cell theory. The scientist name Theodor Schwann and Mathias Stilden in 1838 formulated cell theory. In that cell theory, they have 3 points: that every organism made up of one or more than one cell. Cell is the structural and functional unit of life, and cell arises from pre-existing cell. Pre-existing cells means every cell carry their genetic information in the DNA and pass it from generation to generation. So after Theodor and Schwann, scientist named Rudolf Virchow proposed cell doctrine or cell principle, which is omnis e cellula, which means cell arises from pre-existing cells. And in cell theory, the Schwann said that the internal material of the cell is protoplasma, that is jelly-like substance. So during that time period, colloidal chemistry has also evolved. In that, they said that a colloidal is something between a solution and suspension. So this gives the idea of semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane is a membrane which is permeable to the solvents and impermeable to the solutes. So during this period, a scientist named Hamburger in 1889 used hemolysis. What is hemolysis? Hemolysis is a process in which we have done the lysis of the RBC cells, rupture them, and their content goes into the surrounding cytoplasma. It is in vivo and vivo also. So Hamburger in 1889 used hemolysis to define the permeability of different type of solutes in the plasma membrane. So this is a whole history regarding cell biology and introduction to cells. So thank you friend. I am coming with the next video on the component of cells soon. Subscribe my channel and comment below. Thank you.